Yo, can y'all hear side?
What's good?
What's good, my brother?
Man, I'm up here chilling, man, trying to get everything set up. Man, good to see
ya.
y'all.
Good to see you, brother. Already.
I see y'all. Okay. Y'all know I gotta get used to working on these accessories with technology. Man, what's good though? It's like a middle school reunion.
Right. Middle and high school.
I know, right? Yeah, crazy.
Good. All right, man. So, first of all, I want to welcome everybody to the first edition of me and my brother, Jack and Jen. This is going to be amazing. If y'all didn't know, this is my big bro, Doug. Of course, y'all know who I am. Today, we're introducing my main man, our partner. We grown up with this dude. The introduction could be the whole hour, but I'm going to let my brother speak for himself. I'm going to let him introduce himself because I don't want to mess up a thing. So, my brother, if you would introduce yourself to the people that don't know.
Oh, man, what it do? Welcome, everybody, man. Peace and blessings. My name is Marcellus. Everybody call me Sel. I grew up with professionals. Call me Dr. Marcellus Hall. It is a blessing to be here, man. Quick introduction on myself. Spent about a decade working. I did intelligence with Special Forces for quite some time. Went to school the whole time I was in there. When I got out, started getting into education, teaching. So I got a doctorate in education, doctorate in theology. I have a master's in business, an MBA, and an MAE in education as well. So I've been grinding for a long time, man. Blessed to be out here. Also an author. I write for people. I publish poetry as well. I'm the media ambassador for the Universal Peace Ambassador of Panama. And in October, I'll be the first director of education for the first office ever for the Chamber of the Sixth Region for Africa. So, but, you know, we out here, man. Blessed. A father and a husband above all. You feel me?
Above all. Yes, sir.
Right.
A brother at most. A brother at most.
Definitely.
And that's exactly why the self-introduction was necessary. Because brother resume is so long that he would have had to send us a 2-page email. We would have had to study it overnight to be able to get everything right with all the accomplishments brother has made. Big up to you, man. We love you for all the things that you've done and the things that you will do. Man, we strive to be like it.
Blessed, man. Blessed. It's beautiful, man, because, you know, to have this dialogue with y'all, man, and to see what y'all are doing now from where we were in high school,
right.
Middle school. We just talk about forgetting, you know, we 11, 12 years old in the lunchroom. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Just to see us in this position, man, later, you know, decades later, still here, still blessed. Families is good, man. And just to see what y'all doing, man, know we come from the same soil. It's a blessing, man. It's good to see.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, bro. Man.
And we shot you out. Court shot you out last week because the topic that was at hand.
Right.
You know, when it comes down to miseducation, when it comes down to the people that actually control the narrative, so you learn what they want you to learn. And when it comes down to stuff like that, man, and blessing to have you on with your knowledge and education and your experience to be able to give some insight on a lot of the things that we were taught through middle, high school, some of us that did, you know, college or whatever the case may be. It's not for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there because I couldn't do it. But for your determination to press forward that. I give you big ups for that. But when it really comes down to the miseducation of our youth is a strong topic. The miseducation of us when we were coming up, nobody really batted an eye about it. It wasn't a big deal. Didn't nobody think about it. Just get through school. And they're pushing kids through school with this false information. And it's really putting them in the wrong mind state off rip. You dig? Yeah. And what needs to be done, and really the dire need, it's just not like a want. It's not just like a need. It's not a fleeting thought. It's something that is going to be the up or downfall of our culture during this miseducation process, because they only want you to know what it is.
Yeah.
Give us something, not to put you on the spot, but you're on the spot because that's why you linked in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So we can, regardless of the vehicle, is what's inside and given to these young kids that us OG, that I'm not going to say we don't necessarily have the time, but they spend more time in school than they do at home. Check and Roger. So give us something that we can ride on, maybe some links, some knowledge, some self-education books we can do ourselves, so we can be like, hey, yo, this is not what it was. This is what it was. We was miseducated for 12 plus years. Give us something we can ride from that, so we can really put our children in a different mind state for those of us that have kids and are planning to.
Definitely. Man, you touched on some real serious issues that I would say has been plaguing our community and our people. You talked about the miseducation that occurs in the school system, but we have to, it's kind of like you want to look at the cause of something, not just necessarily the effects of it. You know what I mean? Because if we address the effects and never address the root cause, we continuously end up in the same situation, continuously perpetuating itself throughout time, across different phases. The real first address is not that they miseducated us in school, but they miseducated us in history first. You understand? Because your education in history will forever be more important than your education in academics. Let me tell you why.
Okay.
Your desire for academics, your goals, everything that's set in position in place is only because of what you have been taught. First, you have been mentally indoctrinated through your family lineage. They're giving you values, things are important, developing principles. And from that, you drive the desire for education. So understand that your history will forever precede any academic endeavor or success you can ever have. You understand? Right. It's your history, it's your principles, it's your values, your morals that even put you in that position to say, okay, cool, well, I want to be educated, right?
Yeah. Right.
So by misplacing, misrepresentation, by trying to just obsolete in all totality our history, we lack the fundamental understanding of what real education is in the first place. And if you go back into the days of the Marcus Garveys and the Frederick Douglass and all these people during that time, W.E. Du Bois, you talk about real scholars. You know what I mean?
Right.
The first thing they was educated on was their history. Understanding their history, where they come from, their people, so that they understand their mission. See, you can't understand your mission if you don't understand what is the objective. You know what I'm saying? What are you fighting for? What are we fighting for? So understand the history of your people first. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then we can start to move forward by saying everything I do from here on after, consequently, is redirected for the benefit of my people.
Come on now.
Yep. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on now.
Understanding what education is first, and the misrepresentation of ourselves, which has come through the false identification of our history.
Come on now.
Now we get where we at with that. I mean, if you go back to the days of Malcolm X before they, had it full blown integration in school, when they talked to him about it, what he said? He said, I think you're a fool for letting the enemy educate your children. So how do you expect our children to be gifted with the most powerful weapon, which is education and knowledge,
when they didn't want us to have it in the first place?
When they're being brought up through a pipeline that has never had us in consideration for success.
Yep.
Right. The American dream has never been our dream.
That's
never.
We came here and changed. Our dream was an African dream. We dreamed of going home, our people. You understand? So that whole American dream that people talk about, that's being postulated in school, something for you to shoot for, it don't resonate with us. It don't identify with us. We're never touching it because it was never ours in the first place.
Right.
So the question is, from education, true representation, understand your lineage and your history, the ultimate question, what is your dream? You understand? That's something that you can't get from the school system. That's something that got to come through you. You understand, through your history. But in terms of a great literature out there, man, some things that I've read, shout out to my family, Marta and Papa, and Mama and D2, rest his soul, back in Cali. He had gifted me with this almanac of civil rights. And it's an amazing book. It's an amazing book, man. And it basically talks about our position in America since the beginning of time, coming up through civil rights, really breaking it down that you understand what civil rights is. Like, people don't even understand when you talk about civil rights, just the need for civil rights lets you know that we're not citizens here. Truly, it's not a place designed for us. Civil rights is sideline rights and privileges that you're granting to people in addition to the original foundation of your nation. So the fact that we have civil rights is an issue in itself, because civil rights only came as an issue for Black people who predecessorly wasn't considered citizens, wasn't considered to be a human.
Right.
Come on, now. So come on. We need that education right there, because that's telling you, where we come from, who we were before that, how we were valued in this country. Let me replace that. It's never who you are or where you come from. It's how we were valued in this country. Because who we are, where we come from, is before America. So I always understand that.
Yep.
But that's a great book, man, in itself. Of course, the biography of Malcolm X is a great read. W. Du Bois, The Black Agenda 2020. I put that in y'all mailboxes, so check that. That's amazing. And a great read. Ice Cube just dropped it. It's a contract for Black America. I'm gonna send that to y'all tonight. Okay. I got that yesterday. That's really dope too. So it puts a lot of good direction mixed with some history, and a plan, of course, of action, and something. I got you. I got her. I'm gonna hook her up too. In a way that we could understand it and our young people can articulate it today. Because see, our young people need to articulate what information is being presented to them, because they're the ones who will be in position to actually drive the change politically. We done.
For real.
Point, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to educate them and put them in that position. But yeah, I'm some of that to your email. I'll get the rest to you tonight, and then I'll give it to you guys also on the list, and y'all can just put it on your page, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Appreciate that, brother.
Another thing, when it comes down to this information, or as we called it, the time we served, the dissemination of information. So whoever says it on top, if it comes down, by the time it gets down to the lowest man, you have to believe it. Like it's almost like you're forced to believe it. And another thing that shocked me, I was doing some light reading the other night. I couldn't sleep. Okay, 1945. Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Why is it almost 20 years later, Martin Luther King is still having the I Have a Dream speech?
Right.
Because what a lot of people don't understand, and I'm going to say this to make this, history will repeat itself if you forget it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have a tendency to forget what has happened because I'm not going to say the pain in remembering, but at the same time, they're just the people that control the narrative are just tired of hearing the same old story, even though it was your fault. How you gonna punch me in my mouth? Hold on. How you gonna punch me in my mouth? I lose a teeth, but then lose a tooth. Excuse me. Then take me to the dentist and get that replaced, and it's supposed to be okay. I'm supposed to get you punch me in my damn mouth?
Right. Yeah. That's how it is, man. Think about it. That's all they do. Every time it's a fight with our own. Like you said, bro, we got a Civil Rights Act, and everybody's supposed to be free when you wrote the Declaration of Independence. Yeah. But you had to write something special on the side.
Yeah.
For us to be okay. Yeah, and then you still got to put that up against the same folks that didn't want it in the first place. They still in office. They still get to vote on the same shit that they didn't want Martin Luther King to have. Same thing they didn't want Malcolm X to have. The same thing they didn't want Black Panthers to have. Yeah. But they still in office, getting $1.2 million a year.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's crazy, man. It is. I like when Doug was talking about, the information and how it gets basically watered down, gets diluted by the time it gets to us, of course.
Yep.
We all remember that game in elementary and middle school where somebody get told it's a word at the beginning of the line to get to the end.
Pass it down the line.
So if you can't get the truth to stick in a classroom, you ain't about to get that motherfucker to stick over the course of history.
Hello. and especially when we ain't writing it.
You know what I'm saying? We just found out W. Du Bois was half Chinese or something. We don't know, man. Hey,
right?
It be all
right.
But
right,
for real. But to piggyback on what you were saying, though, man. I believe spirituality to be a necessity. When making distinction of information, I believe that spiritual plus information equals discernment. And of course, I don't necessarily mean that with a sixth sense of God. I myself don't identify with or worship any God. However, when I speak of spirituality, I believe we all have a connection through the universe. I mean, the fact that we're made of electrons itself, everything in our brain, every thought is a firing pistol of electricity. And electricity is connected when it gets close to a conductor. So we all made of electricity on the same wave spiritually. That's why we rub off on each other. You dig? That's why when you get around that certain energy, it manifests itself. It grows. You know what I mean? So having that spiritual connection and combining that with information, even as a kid, we talked about this before, man, especially me and you, Courtney. Like, the things that as a child you were told, but in your heart, you just knew, like, I don't know about that. That don't make no sense.
That can't be right.
You know what I'm saying? That's that discernment. Like, when you're open to that, what we call the gut feeling, it'll put you in a position to get some direction with the information that you're getting. So, I think that having that, man, as Doug was talking about, having that's very important. When you're trying to make sense of information.
That's why I believe, like you said, this next generation is taking it is going to be able to take it to another level because they have what we didn't have, and that's that damn phone in their hand 24/7. They got access to that information whenever, even when they're in class and the teacher tell them some bullshit, they can say, "Hold on, player, let me look that up. Let me make sure you telling me what's up." But see, when we was coming up, we had to believe what you said. That's why everything was so messed up.
That's right. Go ahead, Doug.
And on top of that, shout outs to Talita and Elijah doing their thing in Kansas. I know it stay cold up there majority of the time. Don't worry about it. Fight through that. Yeah. But when it really comes down to it, man, we just have to, especially in our generation, when we didn't have that access to certain information and the narrative was so controlled. There's so much leaked on the internet now, and the information that you can find is a strong spot of truth more than what we were ever taught when we were in school.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, it's something that you can always go back and, like Court said, you can fact check everything. Mm-hmm. Don't believe shit nobody tell you. I tell everybody, I'll tell you in a second. Don't believe nothing that come out of my mouth.
Right.
Don't believe nothing that come out of my mouth.
Everything I'm saying, all you should be able to do
all day.
You know, I got a 15-year-old brother, and I'm gonna tell this story real quick, and then we're gonna continue on. That he's younger, you know, so a lot of the things that are being taught and the things that he believes are completely different than what we had to go through and what we believe. So I spoke to him not too far behind from now. Is that the things that are happening in the world right now ain't fake.
Right.
And what I had to let him know is that this shit has been going on for centuries. It's just that everybody got a camera now.
Yeah.
You can't get away with picking your damn nose in traffic.
Yeah.
Because somebody done seen that shit. You can't get away with nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
You know, if I'm at the house, Google Maps, somebody can see me outside smoking a cigar.
Yep.
And on such and such and such a day, Raisin was at the house smoking a cigar outside, or he was cutting his grass, or whatever the case may be. There's nothing that is a secret anymore. And which is beneficial, and it's not. Because, you know, some shit just don't need to be told.
True.
But at the same time, when it comes down to the history or lack of history, like you were speaking on earlier, the lack of history, that shit needs to be damn told.
Yeah.
Because I'm driving through small towns through Tennessee, small country ass towns, right? The same people that are, you know, voting this way or voting that way, saying this or saying that, feeling this way or feeling that way, but yet every last one of them small towns I drove through or will drive through or do drive through have a Mexican restaurant.
Every last one. Yep.
Yeah.
Every last one.
So how you gonna shun? This is the reason why I honestly do believe this way. If they can't take it, adopt it, and turn it into their own, they kick it back.
They blow it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
They blow it up.
I mean, how long we been at war in the Middle East?
Yeah. That.
For absolutely nothing.
Because they can't absorb it. They can't absorb it.
Yeah.
You know, if they could absorb it, we wouldn't be over there. Nope.
That's true. That's true. That's so true.
I mean, when it comes down to certain things, and then you spoke on the spiritual and the religion, because I'm not real big on religion myself. I think it was just because I did it too much as a child and didn't have a choice.
That's exactly why.
But you know.
Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday, like, man, what do you want me to look? Well, they ain't serving food. This nigga up here sleeping with the damn mistress over here and the secretary of it, like, bro.
Hey,
like, this is damn, it's a reality show that you want me to come see.
You ain't
never
lie. You ain't never lie. People, sometimes I get people, man, because I try to stay away from, like, I'm real selective about the talks I have with spirituality.
Yeah.
When I look at it, I take it from an objective standpoint, man. And being an objective person, being a person that is infatuated with deep research, I hold no reservations about, you know, any feelings about interacting or engaging in meaningful conversation with people that are like strong in their belief system, whether it be Jewish, Hindu, you know what I mean, Christian, you know, whatever. I've been around the world a lot, so I've met people from so many places. I just love the dialogue.
Right.
You know, I like the energy behind what drives their commitment. You know, I don't really necessarily focus on the doctrine itself and the verbiage, but it's the energy behind it that makes it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But yeah, you ain't never lied, man. We used to joke about that as kids, man. You used to like at least 4 days after me, man. What you doing tonight, man? We in church. What about you?
Man, we going to church.
Yo, so okay, Toledo, our bad. You know how we like to do. We gonna yo, Twan.
Yeah.
Twan just jumped in. I ain't seen you in a minute, but
we the long way with that.
Yeah, you still 8'12". But when it comes down to it, man, and like Toledo was posting earlier, usually when it comes down to the history books, you hear about one or two people when it comes down to the civil rights movement.
Right.
Yeah. You hear about Dr. Martin, excuse me. Let me put a handle on his name.
Yeah.
You hear about Dr. Martin. You hear about Rosa Parks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's it. That's all you hear.
I'm Black Ass here.
That's all you hear. You know what I'm saying? And when it that don't worry about that. That was technical difficulty in the background. Don't worry about that. You just hear about those people, and I'm just piggybacking off of what Talita said. This is not a thought I came with on my own. I'm gonna give her credit. You just hear about a handful.
Yeah.
You know, but when it really comes down to it, there was so much more done before that. You hear about Harriet Tubman.
Yep.
You know, Talita, stop being nosy. You hear about Harriet Tubman, you know, and stuff like that. And when it comes down to it, man, there was so many more.
So many more.
Yeah.
Way.
So many more. And history just decided to control the narrative and leave these people out because of the simple fact that they don't want us to have that many people to look back on.
The reason why is because, think about it. If you tell us as teenagers, think about this, fellas. If we get to high school, not even middle school, we get to 9th grade, and the first history lesson we get in February is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
How much of the difference does that make?
Look how our mind changes. Look at how we shift that quick.
Not even just Tulsa, Oklahoma. Look at Central Park in New York.
Yeah.
That was a successful black neighborhood until they decided to turn it into a damn park.
Before Harlem.
Yeah.
Look at Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yep.
Well, every representative, whether it's Republican or Democrat or independent, doesn't matter. Every official in that town at one point in time was us.
Yep.
What happened then?
Yep. Well, you know, I'm one thing about being a man about action-based and empirical research, man, I really believe in accountability. And what made me thirst for knowledge was admitting at a young age that I can't depend on the enemy to tell me the truth about my history. Thank you. One. And then number two, it becomes kind of foolishness, buffoonery on my part to even believe that they were trying to do so. You know what I'm saying? So where I'm going with that is ultimately I believe that the fault lies in our own people. And let me explain. All right, if y'all know we came up, we know what it was. You know what I'm saying? We came up in that era. We was throwing them things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So if you step out on the front line. You understand what I'm saying? You step out on the front line, and Buddy ain't got your back when it come down to it. You ain't fucking with him no more, right? right?
Right.
You already
Yep.
know what it is. So
Yep.
we got the squabble. We like, yo, we don't even want him over here. You know, he's a liability.
Yep. Yep. That's it.
My thing is, if we in ourselves, in our own individual lives and collectively within our small communities, adapt and overcome so quick, constantly learning from our mistakes and being like, oh, not doing that again. Why is it that uniformly as a people, we bumping our heads on the same corner for 40 years? Like, are you serious? Like, bruh. I don't depend on the school to educate my kids. I don't depend and count on the school, you know what I mean, to give my children accurate information that will truly benefit them in their life. They don't give a fuck about my kids.
Right.
So I take it upon myself, bruh.
Yep.
I teach my children algebra. I teach them trigonometry at home, English, history. I sit down, I have my children go do research, write a half-page paper on it. My children act up, go write me a 5-page paper. I'm constantly putting in that situation in their mind, some form of channel. I'm not dependent on their schools to do that. So, you know, I understand that we have a fault in the school system. As a person that's been in education for almost 2 decades, I'm heartfelt for it, and I'm constantly on the front line for it. However, I'm going to tell you the truth. I will always sit down and tell a parent, fundamentally, the ultimate responsibility lies in accountability, which is you. You're the parent.
Yep.
Okay, it's on you. That child's motivation to be here will be because of you. That child living and experiencing education outside the classroom is because of you, and not because of me.
Yep.
You know
You're right.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? So, you know, that in itself, understanding that a lot of the fault in terms of the miseducation starts at home.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Starts at home.
And
so it's just, you know, it's so funny how when you think about coming up, everybody got some information to tell you about something that don't mean nothing. But then nobody's gonna sit down and have a conversation and put you on with something that actually means something.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's a big problem, bro.
So, you know, that's the issue right there, bro. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. And I make parents mad, especially at, you know, places I sit, even on TV. You're supposed to be, you know, this educator and blah blah blah. Yeah, I am, and I'm telling you that ultimately, if it wasn't for your divine intervention in your child's ear telling them that this was important, your child wouldn't even be here. So how do you not understand that the ultimate accountability lies on you, bruh? That's on you.
Right.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we can't depend. We got to do what we're doing right now. That's what we got to do.
And the thing about that is, you know, experience is something else. Being a parent myself, regardless of the situation I've been about now, that'll be a conversation for another on a private level. But when it really comes down to it, and I know I say that a lot, but I really try to nail that home because certain things are so simple. I had a situation, not naming names or putting anybody out there, where they were doing a Veterans Day thing at school. I don't want my daddy's picture up there because I don't want the kids at school to know that my dad is black. You know, let me say that again, because I think the people that came in late, that's sitting in the back, they didn't say that again.
Even the cheap seats.
The audio ain't good up there. Let me say that again. I don't want a picture of my veteran daddy that's fought for this country to be posted because he's black. Now, mind you, I don't know what's going on at this school at the time, or what they're teaching. Yes, I do. Let me retract that statement because that was a damn lie. I know exactly. What they was teaching.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly it.
Yes. So
Casey.
When it came down to that, like to a certain extent, being from, and it happened when I was in Clarksville, raised there, wasn't born there, but raised there, right? So I'm proud of my city. I love my city, honestly. When it really come down to it, you can't tell me shit about my city. Northside Peaches Mill all day. You can't tell me shit about my city. You know, but at the end of the day, when my child comes home from school and tells me something like that, it makes me feel some kind of way. Because what I've been told, and any veteran or any person of color that has, hold on, we technical difficulties, a lot of loss of light, but the message is still the same regardless how dark it is. If you've ever been told you are okay with us, ...
Yeah.
That's a racist statement.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as you don't, nah, bitch.
Yeah.
You okay with us because you served our country for X amount, regardless of how much time it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You served our country, so you're okay with us. That's a racist ass statement.
Oh, yeah.
You okay with us because you are related to someone that's related to us, or you are married into the family, so you're okay with us. That is a racist statement. They do not have to call you a nigger to make a racist statement.
Oh, no doubt.
Right.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
They don't have to call you a porch monkey, colored, jigaboo. They don't have to call you none of that.
Of course.
For it to be a racist statement.
Yep.
Motherfuckers, if you actually listen, and that's what's wrong with us a lot of times, we don't listen.
Yeah,
if
right.
you actually damn sit down, close your mouth, put them lips together, and listen, people will expose themselves.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
We've said this before. Everybody has an agenda.
Yeah.
Some people hide theirs, and some people just let theirs out just out the blue, just willy nilly. They don't give a damn. Like our president, some people just like our president. Hey. Well, look. Hold on. I say this.
Hey,
I'm not a Trump fan. Won't be a Trump fan. I haven't been a Trump fan. He is a businessman. I respect him as a businessman.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Hold on.
I can respect him as a businessman.
We about to get off topic real quick. Can't you respect him as a businessman?
Why not?
With all them bankruptcies?
Okay, 50 Cent got bankruptcies.
I never said 50 Cent was a businessman.
But he is.
Is he?
Hey,
Why?
Hey, but most rich people, but when you think about it, right? Most rich people have some type of bankruptcy. That's why there's different types, because it's a way for them to protect their assets and offset the debt that they're not responsible for. So, I mean, look at it like this. I'm going to tell you something, right? When you look at laws, people forget one thing. Most laws are written for the benefactor, as they said, Latin benefactorio, of the individual.
Hold on. Reese. You're not finna brush over that and not explain that for the people in the back, because they did not understand what you just said. Now you forgot. Some of our listeners are not on the same wavelength as us. We understood what you said, but I need you to rewind that.
Hey, no disrespect.
And no disrespect to everybody, but I know some of y'all didn't understand that. That's why I want him to explain it a little bit further. There you go. Go ahead.
All right. When you look at the provocation of laws and what really brought them into existence, the main objective of any law is to control. So, with that being said, the question needs to be asked. Only one question needs to be asked about a law: who's in control and who's being controlled. That's a two-sided question. Look at who's being controlled, and then look at who's in control, and that will let you know who is in benefit of the law. So that being said, that's one reason why law and understanding the law and having a natural inquisition for it is so important, because it doesn't exist to benefit you. It exists to give grounds to restrict you, to isolate you, to segregate you, to put you in positions where you're not only uncomfortable, but legally liable for whatever should come after. You know what I'm saying? we got to understand that about laws in itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, understanding that laws don't exist to benefit us, and that's what, and also it's also a way of every time you have an issue. Why you think they say, okay, if you have an issue, you got to get a lawyer. So when I go to court, that lawyer doesn't know more about my situation than me. The lawyer only knows what I tell him. The lawyer can only act on the information I give him, and to the extent of which I allow. So technically, I'm in control of the lawyer. He's just the fucking mouthpiece. So I'm paying for a mouthpiece, right? So here's the thing. The court of law won't hear you without a lawyer. They don't respect you. See, it's all about, see that lack of respect is there, right? Because they don't acknowledge you. But if you go to 10,000 a lawyer and have him say the same shit you was going to say, they tell you to go home. You know what I'm saying?
Case dismissed. Case dismissed. Just because of simple fact. You pay that much goddamn money for somebody just to regurgitate dissemination of information. You paid that motherfucker all that goddamn money for them to regurgitate exactly what the fuck you told them in a 10-minute conversation in their office that you could have said in front of that judge, but like you said, they don't respect you because you don't have the. Go ahead.
But it's a reason though. So I meant to say that. I'm gonna stay on top of that. It's for a reason though. Mm-hmm. You look at the cost of bail. The average cost of bail in America is $50,000. The average cost of bail. Let me say that again. The average cost in bail in America is $50,000. Hold on. The average cost of an inmate per year is $56,000.
Come on.
The average cost to put down the price in your home was $30,000, but now it's risen to about what, $50,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me put that together for you. Hold on, let me do one more. The average cost of an education is $50,000. So let's put that together. Lawyer.
Come on.
Home. Education. Freedom. All cost $50,000.
Talk to him.
Hold on. The average earnings of a home for African American is less than what?
Less than
$50,000.
Yeah.
So isn't it somewhat consequently ironic, somewhat of a natural phenomenon on an economical, on a historical and educational social scale that the cost of your freedom provided by law is above the medium price range for what the average African American and other minority families bring home in income? They put the security net, they put the access to freedom through economics outside, not outside the location of our neighborhoods. No, sir. Outside the price range of which we can economically sustain ourselves.
Come on.
So it don't matter where you live.
No, it don't. No.
We all in the same bubble.
And then this is what they say. They say, "Oh, well, don't bring up the past or don't bring up your environment." Oprah made it out. Russell Simmons made it out. Right. LeBron James. So 1% of our people got into y'all entertainment area, and y'all want us to be happy about that 1%. But there's 99% of us over here that is just like you said, make less than the bottom line for everybody else in the world.
Right. Hey, you look at it from the fact of this. For people of Caucasian, Anglo descent, it's an expectation to achieve certain things. You take those same things and you put those same achievements within the graphs or within the recipients of a person of color, it goes from an expectation to an admiration. So,
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about
that
it.
in itself, that in itself
Right.
is like that's like that in itself is like when one kid say something in school and the teacher's like, Tom, sit down and quit being a smart ass. And then then Jerome over here say the same shit. The teacher's like, oh, you can read?
Yeah,
That's so impressive.
Straight up.
Hey,
I didn't know you read your books.
hey,
Like, bitch, you gave them to me. What else am I supposed to do?
you know the number one compliment I get? You know the number one compliment I get, man?
Oh, bro, please tell it.
I'm going to tell you, it's so funny, right? Because me and you talked about, I talked to you about this too, Doug. Me and you chopped it up about this not too long ago as well. I laugh at the fact that when I look at my surroundings on a professional level, sitting down with presidents and prime ministers of foreign countries, sitting down with lead educators, people in Harvard, but they think we have this thing that meshes us, but no, we don't. We ain't from the same soil. But but the one compliment I get that I always laugh at, and I swear it never fails, the number one compliment I get is, oh, he speaks so well.
Boondocks.
Yep.
Watch it. Season
Episode 1. Yep.
Well, let me show you where I got this dictionary, and let me give you these websites, and maybe you can up your talking game too. You know what I'm saying? But just that in itself, out of everything, that's what they have to say about us. Am I lying?
Yeah.
That's what they have.
Yep.
That's what they say about Obama. Look, I may not agree with with some of the things he did, but check this out about Obama. Out of everything that's within the scope of a president's responsibility, the number one thing you hear about him was, oh, he was so well spoken.
He was so well spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he got up to that podium, he can lay a speech out.
Hey, and that's our trap right there. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You can think it's some straight bullshit, but if it sounds nice, they be like, you hear how he said that? He must be telling the truth.
And that ain't never changed. Either you got to get the gab or you don't.
Look, hey, prime example, right here.
Yeah.
If we walked in the courtroom, guess who gonna be slouched over sitting like this with a big ass smile on his face? Because I ain't got to say shit because he gonna speak for me. I ain't gonna say a word because I know me. I'm gonna say, "Hey, shut the fuck up," but he's gonna say, "Hey, people, please sit down. Let me explain this to you."
I mean,
different dialogue.
And what you say is how you
say it. Yep.
Yeah. That's just
what you don't look. That's just the way of life.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and put this out here real quick, just for the masses. What you don't ever want to do is tell your significant other she's gaining weight or he's gaining weight. That's not what you want to do. That's not what you want to do ever. But if you give it to them, hold on. Give me a second, man. Goddamn. Wait for the punchline. Shit. If you give it to them in a pretty box, wrapped, bow,
This nigga just pulled
everything like that, or you give it to them. Hey man, can I finish?
Go ahead.
Or you give it to them in a trash bag. It just all depends. I mean, that's. I mean, I can't. Can you break it down anymore? I'm already bubbling that.
That depends on who you're dealing with, man. Because I'm gonna tell you something. My wife's straight ruthless. She tells straight like it is. So, I mean, as you know, I didn't mention it, but I compete as well in MMA.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to your wife, man, because I know you ain't an easy brother to deal with.
Woo, boy, shout out to this.
You ain't an easy brother to deal with, man. Shout out to your wife.
Hey, I'm gonna let her speak for herself before we get off. She'll tell the truth.
Okay.
Hey, we got about. We got 9 on this one. If we get cut off on this one, I'm gonna open back up.
Yeah. Already.
Okay.
But I was gonna say, but for me, as a competitor in combat sports, I compete in combat sports too. Man, my wife would be 100 with me. She's like, in one moment she'd be like, babe, especially when I'm cutting weight for a fight, she be like, "You're so skinny. I don't like it. I don't like it." Thank you, Talita. I do have a beautiful wife. Thank you so much. I do. She'll be like, "You're getting too small. You're getting too skinny. I don't like it, right?" And she always brings up, "When I met you, you were like, bigger, box off." And then after a fight, if I want to enjoy some food, she'll be like, "Hey, so we going to the gym?"
Gonna make sure you straight.
You're looking a little fool. Hey man, but I love it. You know what I'm saying? We got an open communication. We real direct with each other, and I love it though, man. I dig it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, that's what we was talking about before, man. On the last podcast, on the last volumes, is I always tell people, man, you got to stay in your lane. You got to stay in your circle. What you want. If you want to be married, find that woman or man that wants to be in that position. If you out here bouncing around, then you need to let people know that. Or if you out here bouncing around and really want to be married, then you gonna have a bad situation.
Yeah,
it ain't never gonna work.
I mean, and honestly, when it comes down to a lot of that, man, is and I know we done switch topics real quick, but
y'all all right, y'all get a whole bunch in this. We don't stick to nothing.
Yeah, it's
we bounce all over the place.
Yeah, it's gonna bleed over. So just to throw something out real quick, if you running this and you get cut off at Buckeye Boy 5207, I'm gonna link back in. We're gonna get Dr. Hall back on the call. I didn't mean to rhyme like that. I don't have bars. Yeah. Don't think I'm like that dude.
All right, we are coming out with a side note. We are coming out with its own podcast website. So that is coming soon too. So gin and juice or Jack and Gin. My bad.
All right,
time for another cup.
Hey, but yeah, I'm gonna let him go refill his cup up. When it really comes down to it, and like I said, I know I say that a goddamn lot. Bye, Talita. We love you. See you later, cousin. Communication in that sense, in what you're talking about, and it's not just talking, because you can talk about dumb shit.
Right.
Like real life communication is something a lot of people can't wrap their mind around. Like to be able to really sit down and talk to somebody. Like if you got something on your mind that you know is gonna hurt your partner's feelings, but you need to get that shit off you because if it's not, it's gonna melt you. That person needs to be able to be receptive to them feelings. Because whatever you say, if you're in that kind of relationship, what you say is valid.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you say is valid. Hey, if I'm getting fat, tell me I'm getting fat.
Yeah.
If your cooking ain't shit, I'm gonna tell you your cooking ain't shit.
Yeah.
But you got
and your feelings shouldn't be hurt.
I mean, because it's coming from the right place.
Uh-huh.
It shouldn't be.
Uh-huh.
It shouldn't be, man. I mean, you know what? I had a unique experience coming from where I don't say I'm coming from because we grew up together where we come from. And my wife is Czech. She's from Czech Republic. She grew up at the time when it was Czechoslovakia during the time of the war and everything. She's a gypsy ethnicity wise. So when I married into her family, that was the color barrier breaker, bro.
Yeah.
That first year was interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. To say the least.
It wasn't a lot of love. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
But over time, embracing each other. Well, I say through just embracing their culture, and they embrace mine in their own way by accepting how I am, which is different. How we do things differently where we from.
Right.
Yeah, it gelled out to be, really good. But I say that to say this, man. I know that for my position, everybody know I make my relationship with my wife public, which a lot of times my counterparts in my position don't do because of what we do. But to me, it's like you know, that's a significant part of my life, man. And I just keep it 100. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's just by being invested in what she's doing. She invested in what I'm doing. And, you know, you got, like Doug said, man, you got to keep it 100. Like, if you can't laugh and joke, if you can't be 100, like, that's my best friend. Like, on everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is, bro. That's the whole point. Right?
Yeah, if you can't do that, man, if that ain't what you got, then you need to make a move, bro, and
like what are you doing?
Because if you don't have that, bro, because it's hard regardless. I don't care how great your relationship is. It's because two people are constantly having to readjust life based on somebody else's merits. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's hard enough as it is. So,
yep.
You know, if you ain't gonna have somebody that's gonna be 10 toes down with you, bro, laugh and joke, and you could be like Doug said, be 100 with, bro. It ain't gonna. I'm sorry, man. This shit ain't gonna work.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm glad you said that, bro, because everybody used to say, "Well, D, you always saying this, and it sound like you don't never want people to be together. You just want everybody to be free." That's not the point. The point is for you to be who you are. Your spouse is to be who she is, and y'all are supposed to come together, and both of y'all checklists match each other's. Yeah. I wanted you, you wanted me. You can understand me. I understand you. I can tell you exactly what I want to tell you. You can tell me exactly what you want to tell me. Mm-hmm. Ain't no love lost. We have a drink. We have sex. We cuddle at the end of the night, baby, in the morning, and we all good.
Yeah,
that's how it's supposed to be. But if it's not like that, hell yes, I'm telling you to leave. Get your ass gone. Because you're in a fucked up situation. Move. That's player. It ain't your time. That ain't your girl. It happened because of a one night fling, or she was fine, you was fine, you know, shit, the sparkles happened, whatever. Drinks was flowing. You know what I'm saying? After all that shit, the night went dim, nigga, the lights came on, the sun came up, and you looked at her. And it wasn't cool.
That's fact.
Or him. And vice versa. Vice versa. You woke up next to him, and he didn't look like Idris in the morning.
Oh, shit.
Hey, you gotta have it all day, man. From when I didn't have nothing to when I first got in the fight game, coming home, started teaching, striving. I mean, she's been there for every, you know what I mean? To the point that where I'm at now, like, nothing functions without her. Because she's been there since, day one. So, it's kind of hard for anything to even progress and move forward without her intervention. And I just think that's important.
Hell yeah, that is very important. Absolutely. That's vital in the whole. Absolutely. Communication is the number one key.
Absolutely.
If we can't do communication, it's a wrap.
So what's about to happen right now is
what else we got to talk about?
The live's gonna get cut. Sellers, I'm gonna jump in and open mine. If you want to jump back on, hey, we can continue to rock and roll. For the folks that are on my side of the, we ain't got to redo the whole conversation.
I was gonna call y'all afterwards anyway. I was just gonna call.
Thank you, and stop doing the same. Right there for you. Thank you.
So we good. You need a refill on yours?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got the bug out.
Okay. Well, alcohol kills it all. Yeah, alcohol kills it all. So of course, just like we did last week. Jumped off, jumped back on. Yeah, there he is. Jumped off, jumped back on. I'm going to bring you in here, Sellers. It should be. Yes, connect.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
So what the issue was with the last one is for some reason, when Court brought you in on his, your video at the bottom, like it's split screen on mine, wasn't showing.
Yeah.
So I don't know why. So that's
my ragged ass phone.
So I had mine.
Oh, okay.
T Mac,
brother.
So I had mine posted up so we can actually see you at the same time and all the comments and everything like that. But now I got an iPhone. So it's split.
What's the tone?
So we got. So we good. So we good now. So we good now. So
Hey, Courtney, man, you do need to get an iPhone, man, because
No.
when I be trying to link up, you know what I'm saying? And back in the States, man, be like, if you ain't got an iPhone or WhatsApp, it's hard. You gotta give it the international rotation, my brother.
Hey, I love y'all, but I don't like y'all. How about that?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I got iPhone for my kids, man, because I wanted to know.
Yeah, all my kids got iPhones.
Yeah, I wanted to know, but my babies, man, everybody got iPhones. My wife got an iPhone. Then my wife was like, I want to be able to FaceTime you. So.
Right.
Okay, so since this is on my side, what I'm going to do is start off by saying, OHIO, go Bucks. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's go ahead and get that out the way.
Man, hey, I'm a combat fighter, Doug. So, hey, that went over. Lucky I could spell.
You know what I'm saying?
Because if I couldn't spell, that would because I caught on by like Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. OHIO. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Just for the folks that don't understand that I am a Buckeye fan. But coming off the last live, and if y'all didn't get the last live, what I need y'all to do, and we're gonna start opening the exception of our request, because we're both extremely private people, so we only accept people we know.
Right.
At Mr. Tim's Enough Said. I'm gonna go ahead and get him to post that in the conversation, so you can actually see his at, just in case my accent didn't really get you to get it in there well. T-Mac, stay your ass over on the other side of the Mississippi. Ain't nobody talking about you. Talking about my Buckeyes. But at Mr. Tim's Enough Said, send him a friend request, because what we're doing, because IG only lets you on for an hour when it comes down to live. He'll kick an hour, I'll kick an hour, and we can go ahead and start putting this stuff together. I mean, I understand it's a little tedious for right now, but this is the process, folks.
Yeah, it's the beginning. So,
hey, speaking of which, I want to let y'all know. I know we didn't get to talk, Courtney, but I'm gonna get y'all in on the Ambassador of Panaball, man. I'm gonna get y'all in on the show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
At the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, man. I'm gonna get y'all in on the show.
Yeah.
Just
post your IG. Post your IG, y'all folks.
Yeah.
At Gypsy Poet. Go ahead and
yeah.
Let's put yours on there. Dr. Hall. Because this knowledge is out there, folks. And
he spits free game every single day.
He does.
Every single day.
And it's, you know, he will continue to spit it until it ain't free. Then we're going to have to charge your ass. But,
hey, that's my managers. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, for y'all young cats, and not even necessarily young cats, because knowledge is something that you have to continue to strive for.
Ageless, man. Ageless.
Because at the simple fact that if you can ever tell yourself that I'm done learning, you're already dead.
Yep.
Yeah. Facts.
You're already dead. And I mean, as ugly as it is, and folks, what I need y'all to start doing is accepting your own mortality, because that is what it is. But you have to continue to learn. And us, especially in your position, the profession that we came out of, and a lot of people that I see, Zamo, you just jumped in. You got to keep learning.
Yeah, all day.
You got to keep learning, because as soon as you stop, what are you doing?
Right.
Because if you can't teach, the knowledge of power is not having it. Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
Yeah.
The knowledge of power is not having it. The knowledge of power is passing. The power of knowledge is passing it on.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's no point in one person knowing everything. What good does that do everybody else?
Right.
So
yeah. That's I want to say that since you said that. I was writing something that for a publication that would be publishing that talks about information. Like they always talk about, you know, people don't want us to be informed and have information. it ain't really. It's not that, man. If you look at throughout history, a lot of people are well informed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
you know, they don't. It's not, but you don't see them killing everybody.
Right.
So it's not the fact that you have information. What they do is they kill the person that can influence.
Yeah.
To motivate
Yes.
with the information. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
the person who when you think about people who are most influential and motivational, man, I'm blessed. I know I have a great influence on people in the arenas in which I dwell in. But I know so many people, man, that I myself sit down. I'm just like,
Damn.
you know what I'm saying? Like, whoa, you know. But at the same time, it occurs in certain people that they're not a people person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They don't always have that knack for being able to really, take it and be able to break it down to where people can understand on different levels, and then have the personality to incite and excite through other people.
That's it.
Yep.
So yeah, you're right. Doug right about that all day, man.
There's a teacher for everybody.
All day.
Everybody is not gonna like your style of teaching.
Yeah.
But that like sitting right here, we all can have the same message. We all have the same message. We all deliver it a certain way, and people interpret it a certain way. So people gonna listen to who they want to listen to, and that's fine. Yeah. Don't bash the other teacher.
Right.
You bash that teacher that's teaching that boy to stay out there in the hood.
Right.
Stay on that street corner. You bash him because he's not teaching prosperity. He's teaching just stay in the same lane.
Yeah, he's
do the same shit.
They're teaching perpetuation of cycle.
There you go.
Versus progress.
There you go.
And okay, hold on. Let me say that again. Because they're teaching perpetuation of cycle because of the school pipeline to jail is a real thing. Yep. Let's go ahead and get that out the way.
Pipeline, school to prison pipeline.
Yes, that's a real thing. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. But at the same time, if you have that teacher that has walked that path at some point in time in their life, you can tell the difference. You can really tell the difference.
Yep.
That teacher that has that experience, and it ain't about being from the hood, it ain't about being from the projects, and nothing like this, that, and the other. But it's easier learned, it's easier taught when the experience is there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can teach you about football all goddamn day.
Yeah.
I can't tell you shit about golf.
Right.
Because I have no experience in golf.
Right. And you in the wrong if you teach somebody about golf the little bit that you do know.
Right.
Because it's not much.
That's
the problem.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. One thing as an educator and as a coach, man, staying on top of your game is so imperative because you will always, man, have that one student that will challenge you on some level, man. But I'm grateful for that because I look at that as an opportunity to basically put yourself to the test, to demonstrate your ability, to perform.
But see, Sal, you are that guy. There's other teachers that see that challenged young man as a problem instead of that's it's something that's growing inside of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, that's a knowledge seeker that you want to embrace because he's making your intuition even stronger.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's not getting weaker, but you got that weak ass teacher that don't want to grow.
Boom.
Yeah, that's right.
He think he's king. He think he's the empire. Right. He's that guy. So he don't have to I don't have to answer to you, young man. You just listen to me.
Right.
That's the problem that we have.
And that's what that's why I always give, like, not always, but the past couple of times, and will continue to do so from here forth, is I always give a shot to Arthur doggone Hawkins.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you
man,
got to.
Here we go. Oh, Coach Hawk.
You got to.
Hey,
you got to give a shot to Hawk.
We got stories to tell about Coach Hawk.
Yeah. I mean, but But on we ain't gonna talk about the negative stuff because
Yeah.
there's too much of that
Too
anyway.
much.
No, positivity.
No,
Always.
positive.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
When it comes down to it, Hawk kept one foot on the ground and the other one up our ass. Why? Because he knew,
Yep.
one, from experience, like I was speaking about earlier,
Yeah.
what it was going to take.
Yep.
Yeah.
Two, the potential in. And, you know what I'm saying? I'm not real spiritual. Like I said, I grew up on it. But faith without work is dead. He knew he could have faith in us, but if he didn't put the work in us, it wouldn't have meant shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
And us as knuckleheads growing up, how many times did we not know he went home and lost sleep?
Over us.
How many times did we not know he went home and was like, God damn it, Raisin was a motherfucker today. Or that goddamn Tim's wore me out
Yeah.
today.
That's facts. That's facts.
Or that damn Hall. I don't know how to get through that thick-head individual.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
many hours did he lose sleep? Because he knew if he gave up, we would be a statistic.
Yeah.
So
That's real, man. That's
hey,
crazy.
come on,
How crazy that is,
Hold
man.
on, hold
Because
on.
look,
He-
you think
he's
you think
something.
about our whole entire school, bro. Think about our when we was going through
Drake.
Kenwood.
Yo, Drake just jumped in.
I see him. When we was going through Kenwood, I mean, Coach Jackson was there, and he was, and actually on a side note, he was a mentor to us too.
Yeah.
Putting
All
life
day.
experience in us to
Yeah.
us. But Coach Hawkins grabbed us and made sure that, hey, look here, this is what
Yeah.
you're gonna go through. And I see my kids now doing the same thing.
Right.
They look at me and go, man, nah, I ain't finna, dude, that was back in the day.
Right.
That ain't what's going on.
The
right
world
now.
is different.
The world is different.
That shit ain't different.
Coach Hawkins, man, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Coach Hawkins. he-
Yeah.
Coach Hawkins, he interesting character, man.
Yes.
And
Yes.
if you ask my cousin, man, shout out to my cousin Jerry. You ask my cousin Jerry, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But one thing I say, I always tell this story I admire. Clarksville is our city now is like overran with gang activity. It's crazy now. But back in our day, I grew up in one of the neighborhoods when gang banging first started in our city. I grew up in one of the neighborhoods where it started. So being bus, everybody know Birchwood, Northside all day. Being bus from there to where other neighborhoods like where y'all from, it was a different expectation on how I behaved from everybody else.
Yep.
And I remember one day, I never forget this, man. My senior year, Coach Hawkins, quite a few of my people was a raid with Gary Matthews. I don't know if y'all remember that sting when we were young.
Yeah.
And like 25 of my homies, man, was on the page. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hey,
Coach
that
Hawkins
newspaper
came
page
in,
was
the front page.
Yeah.
And Coach Hawkins came in front of everybody in class, man. He took the paper, slammed on my desk, and was like, he's like, look at that right there. He said, that's some of your buddies, ain't it, Mr. Hall? That's some of your buddies from your neighborhood. So he said, you got a question. He told me right in front of everybody, he's like, you got a question. What you going to do with your life? You know what I'm saying? Is this going to be your future, or you going to do something different? Tell me what you're going to do, Mr. Hall.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even embarrassed about it, man. As a matter of fact, I was grateful because in my book I got down writing, me coming out with soon. I wrote that in my neighborhood, man, when I was growing up, none of us had our fathers, man. And I mean that, like none of us had dads. Like the whole neighborhood, nobody had a daddy. We had grandfathers.
Yeah.
But no one had their dad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Shout out to Benny Allen Hill.
you know what I'm saying, all day. And it was just one of those things that, and then one of the homies, that 3 brothers that did have a dad.
He was everybody's dad.
Yeah, and not only that, he was in and out. You know what I'm saying? Because he was banging, his mom was banging. The kids, we at our age, people banging. So you know what I'm saying? It was on some different shit.
Yeah.
So, just having Coach Hawkins, man, to care that much, and to this day, man, still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He still reaches out.
He got his Coach Hawk is Coach Hawk.
Yeah.
But it's one of those people that he's done so much good
Yep.
that
You can't even you brush right over what
Yeah.
other
you got to accept everything else that come with it because he's done so much, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, what up, Dre? Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and take a second, man. Shout out Dre. Grew up with him.
Yes, sir.
All
Play
day,
ball with
every
him.
day.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to him. Shout out to my cousin Benny that just jumped off in here. Shout out to him. Shout out to Young Keith. Hey, Young Keith is another brother, man, that we can really, he's a sponge.
Yeah.
Young brother's a sponge.
That's what's up.
We can really give him a lot of knowledge.
Stay tuned in, brother. Stay tuned in.
And that's the reason why he does, because he knows that regardless of which, growing up in the same, North Side, Peaches Mill, back then, Montgomery Manor, when it's pretty now, so you wouldn't even recognize it.
Oh man, it's so different now, bro. They moved the whole outside course,
Hold
bro.
on. They did that. They moved the outside course, bro. Montgomery Manor has a pool.
Man.
By itself now, not the Bel Air pool. We ain't talking about the Bel Air pool.
Oh, y'all remember that shit?
Hey, shoot at it. But they got a pool inside of Montgomery Manor.
Man, that's crazy. That's wild.
Okay, so shout out to that, man. When it really comes down to it, Hawk was extremely influential to me, speaking on and still continuing to, because, it's hard not to, really.
Right.
Oh, yeah, all day. He mean well, yeah.
I didn't meet my pops till I was 23.
Yeah.
Blessed that I met him. Extremely blessed that I met him. Couldn't imagine my life right now without him.
Yeah,
right?
all day.
Got that knowledge right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so,
sir.
Being that, before then, I got it. Grew up in the church, and there was deacons and pastors and ministers that, tried to bring you along, but they was.
But again, we're talking about the same ones that we see the
It's
girls
different,
running
man.
in and out
Right.
of their damn room.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I know for me, you see a lot of content. I put some of my training content up as well. And I'm gonna tell you now, the reason I do that, speaking of what Doug's talking about, and going back to when you was talking about what the Courtney was talking about, how now they have access to everything because everything's digitized. I do it, man. So much of what I do is for my kids, and particularly my son, because
Chris.
it's about what you see, bro. Because we flood
Yeah,
the
right.
net. You got all this information about all these cool motherfuckers doing all. So, for my son to see me do what I do, not
Right.
just training, but, I bring him to the gym. I still haven't let him come watch me fight yet, but he sees the aftermath for people like, oh, God of War, that's your dad? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, to see in him that admiration, like, yeah, that is my dad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To because of what I'm doing, not what I'm
Right.
saying, because we all
Right.
have parents that was, you know what I'm saying? But, I think it's so important that we demonstrate for our kids, bro.
Yes,
because
sir.
they following up behind what they see.
Yep.
And if you ain't out there, I'm sorry, my kid keeps me young.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yes.
I'm gonna keep it 100 every morning. I'm gonna tell you, man, I be so fucking sore every morning to this day. I still wake up first. I do 1,000 push-ups just so I can tell my son when he wakes up at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, hey, I already did my 1,000. Where you at? Let's go.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
make him do 200 with me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
every day I do it, and my shit be sore sometimes. But
Right.
especially when I'm training and fighting.
Right.
But it's for him.
Yes.
So that when he gets older, he think back like, man, my dad was doing 1,000 push-ups like every morning before
Every
I got
morning
up.
before I
And
got up.
You feel me? And then at our age.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because they think we old as hell.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get that out the way. We feel it.
What about?
You know what I'm saying? Don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We feel it every morning. But at the same time,
I will still bat your
Right.
head.
right.
Yeah, all day.
And just like Cuzzo said, my cousin Benny on, just like Cuzzo said, it's important to be that role model because a lot of times we didn't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what we was one thing I learned young as a kid, being teased about not having a dad and everything like that, is the simple fact that we were taught how to be fathers by showing what not to do.
Yeah.
To do, yeah. All day.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not knocking my father now, because what happened back in 80 something shit. Let's not put the number out there. It was 80 something. I had nothing to do with that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what I can't do is hold my father accountable for shit that happened before I was goddamn born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And meeting him when I did, if I would have met him when I was a young knucklehead, situation probably could have been completely different.
Yeah.
Oh man, all day. But you know what? Like you said, man, I use my situation as motivation, right? You know what I'm saying? For me, I don't really talk too much about my dad, but out of respect for my younger brother, because he's like 12 years younger than me, but him and we have a really good relationship, and he kind of just stays neutral because my dad wasn't there for me, but was there for him.
Right. Right.
So, you know, when I met my father for the first time, I was 14 years old. And I went there, and after being there for literally 4 hours, I was in Houston. My father put me out on the side of the road because he said I was too soft. I couldn't be his son. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I met my dad. You know what I'm saying? I've never met this nigga before in my life. And within 4 hours, he telling me that I'm weak. But the funny thing is, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, nigga, you don't know where I come from.
Right.
But I never use that as an excuse not to be a great father. So for me, my children, man, and I mean it, man, are everything to me. I talk about them and everything. Yeah. We do everything. We do so much together. It's just important. Because I want to give my kids what I didn't have. And I'm not talking about possessions. I'm talking about that mental stability. You know what I'm saying? That education. You know what I'm saying? Because that's everything.
We was missing. The little bitty here's and there's that we was missing.
All day.
This is where you put your money. Or this is how you handle this type of situation, or this person, or that person. We miss all of that. And for us to be able to pass that down to our kids and even their friends. Yeah. That's what's really important too, is not that we realize that we're not just a dad for our kids. We are a dad for everybody. Yeah. Oh yeah. And when they say it take a village, they meant that shit.
And that's the thing, that's the fucked up part about that. I was thinking about that earlier. And they say it takes a village to raise a child. What the system is set up to do is fuck up that village, not the child.
Yep. Yeah.
It's not set up to fuck up the child. It's set up to fuck up the village that's supposed to bring that child along.
Mm-hmm. There was a lot of growth happening,
and that
wanted to happen,
and that's why Tulsa happened.
Mm-hmm.
That's why goddamn Central Park happened. That's why Wilmington, North Carolina happened. Yeah. That's why the fires. I mean, it's just the simple fact that, and I made this point the other day. We suffer, and when I say we, I mean people of color, period.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I don't give a fuck if you're Chinese, Japanese, Korean,
you ain't white,
black,
if you ain't Anglo-Saxon,
I don't give a fuck what color you are.
Asian.
I don't give a fuck if you came from an island or if you came just off the border. I don't give a shit. The system is set up for us to suffer from oppression.
Yeah.
While they suffer from supremacy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We suffer from a systemic oppression. They suffer from systemic supremacy. Put that in your book. Write that shit down. Because it's a real thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a real thing.
A fact.
No, it's fact.
We can grind. Because that's what we know how to do. And on the fact of what we know how to do, let me explain something to y'all. I don't give a shit. Once again, like I said last week, take my black card.
All day.
Chitlins, were a survival
Look,
technique.
wait a minute.
Stop eating them shits.
Wait a minute. That's true.
Stop
You are
eating
supposed to stop eating them.
Stop eating them.
Don't eat them all the time.
Stop eating them,
Eat
period.
them on Thanksgiving.
Fuck Thanksgiving. Fuck New
Because
Year's.
Thanksgiving don't eat shit no way.
You don't even want to go there because you already know how I get down, bro.
Okay, yeah,
I
because
ain't
you don't
no
eat.
chitlins.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't eat no pork. I ain't eat no beef. I ain't eat no chicken. I ain't
Okay,
eat
see,
no
that's what I
shrimp.
can't do.
You know,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
No, because I didn't.
I'm trying to get there,
Look.
but it's gonna take me a while.
Look,
Hey.
I didn't look. Right. I didn't work goddamn 6-7 hours on the grill today cooking for me
I'm
to
just
stop eating
saying,
pork.
hey,
Goddamn.
look. But Doug, dig though, when you cook, man, I be shouting you out on the grill.
Right.
Because I gotta shout the big homie out on the grill because he be putting it down. It's like I ain't gonna eat it, but it look good. You know what I'm saying? It look good. You know, I'm gonna be real with you, man. I was telling my wife last week we was talking because we had a family member around. I was like, man, I've been a vegan for so long. I don't remember what it tastes like. However, I can look at some shit and be like, damn, I used to like that. I don't know what it tastes like. But I just get this feeling like, you know, I was fucking with that. And when Doug be cooking, I be like, I don't remember what it tastes like, and I wouldn't eat it, but that shit looks good.
Hey, that's love, man. I appreciate that.
Hey.
That's love. I appreciate that, man. Hey, 'cause, I mean, honestly, even being 38 right now, and as long as I've been cooking with fire on the grill since shit. Okay, let's go ahead and back that clock up. But I'm still young at it.
Yeah.
I'm saying, and another, I got a partner that he's vegan, been vegan for years. But the ribs he bring off the grill, make you fall on your damn face, dog.
Yeah. I still, that's facts though, bro. I still cook because I spent, well, you know, I'm overseas now. So I lived in like 16 different countries. You know, I've been overseas pretty much my entire adult life. And so I got a cookbook I generated from all the countries I would visit. You know, so like my wife, she eats like vegan, but she will eat some chicken.
Yeah.
And then my son eats chicken and beef, and then my daughters eat chicken and seafood. So I cook it, and then like people that come around, especially me as a fighter.
Right.
Man, a lot of them, they steaks, man. I do it for everybody, man.
Right.
I just won't eat the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it'd be so funny because look, the homies be like, man, how the fuck you be knowing this shit tastes good and you can't taste it?
And that's life, and that's legit.
Part of that, you gotta be rolling the dice. Because sometimes I be like, it look good, so I'm going to go ahead and slide into the homie real quick.
Look, that's real. Because half the time, I mean, it's all a process, man. Just like, and go ahead and cross it over and mesh it together. Cooking is like life, man. Like, you gonna throw some shit together.
Yeah, all day.
That shit is
You know
real.
you're gonna add some heat to it.
Man.
And you know you gotta add heat to it for a certain amount of time. But you still don't know what product you're gonna get.
Right.
You still don't know what product you're gonna get.
Right.
I can throw all kind of seasons together that I know work because I've seen them work before. But that doesn't mean they're gonna work the next time.
This time.
Part-time, real quick. I meant to tell y'all this before. When y'all coming to England, man?
Hey, just let me know.
We gotta make it work.
Hey, I'm letting you know now.
Hey, I'm good.
Hey, look.
Okay,
not only do we have to do that, but OJ, Big Brother's in Dubai.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So we got to that trip's gonna have to be linked together because I'm not buying them separate.
All day.
I'm not buying them tickets separate.
No, we gonna have to. Because when I come, I'm coming for at least a month.
Hey, we here, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Hey, glad to have y'all, man. You already know what it is, man. You always welcome. So
Shout out to
Yes.
Keisha Lee.
So we out here, man.
Jump in. Shout out to her.
Cause cause me and my old lady, man, you know what I'm saying? We be ducking trips, bro. Like we be on some. Hey, let's go to Amsterdam real quick.
Hey,
I know, man.
It's gonna be a while, bro.
Bruh.
It's gonna be a while because don't nobody want the United States in their country at goddamn all right now.
Nah, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. Funny, because you know my passport's still American.
Yep.
So Bella and I, we just went to Portugal a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, we just went. Yeah, we slid. I know I'd be making it sound like
Look,
it's just like
we slick. He's gonna say we slid over there real quick.
Yeah, like that shit up the street, nigga. You ain't go to the corner store. Your ass didn't go to the goddamn corner store.
This nigga went to the gas station real quick.
Yeah. I'm
But,
out of
hey,
here.
to us, that's what it is. It's
Hey,
like,
hey, look.
it's
So
like
it's like going to
it's
Nashville
like,
real quick.
bruh, on some real shit. Y'all come over here. Y'all come over this motherfucker. I'm gonna tell you how. This is exactly how. This is no exaggeration. Thursday night, man. What we gonna do this weekend? Shit, what you wanna do? Man, whatever. Man, shit, you wanna go to Prague or go to Dublin or go to Germany, Frankfurt? You wanna go to Amsterdam real quick? And to us, it's that simple. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. I already been to Amsterdam this year, so let's go to Dublin real quick. Nigga,
Right.
you hop on a flight in the morning. Listen, you go to the airport at 6 in the morning. You in Dublin by 8. You get back on the plane at 9 at night and you home at 10. And you just go home in the same day. You know what I'm saying? That's, yeah.
Hey, this for folks, man. I didn't freeze this and I just got stuck. Like the video didn't get fucked up. I mean, I understand it might be a slick lag, but the
Nigga
video
just
didn't
said
get
he
fucked
get
up.
on a flight in the morning,
Bruh, yeah.
chill all day, and then get.
Listen,
You know what that is? You know what that is in the States, right? That's an
Listen.
Uber. That's an
Listen.
Uber flight, nigga. That's an
Listen.
Uber flight. That's
My
not a
wife
regular
and I,
flight over here.
my wife and I did that shit, right? Check this out. So now my wife and I was chilling. Shout out to my partner Chris. My partner Chris, he fights. He undefeated as well, and he actually got me in the fight game. But they was going to Amsterdam, just do their thing, doing Amsterdam. So the homie, his old lady hollered at my wife, like, "Hey, what y'all doing this weekend? Blah blah blah. We chilling. We ain't really got nothing. Hey, let's go to Amsterdam real quick for the day. All right, cool. So we hop on the plane at 7. We in Amsterdam at 8. We get off. We go to the smokehouse. We hit the district. We chill. And then look, 7 p.m. Hey, man, we got to get to the airport real quick. Go to the airport. Get back to the house in like 45 minutes. Drive another 30 minutes to the house. Look, pick the kids up. Like, how was your day? I got 3 teenagers, so
Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. It's there. It's there. Don't ignore it, nigga. Fuck out of here with that shit.
Hey, I'm moving. Fuck this. Hey, Kel, Kel, I'm glad you came on. I hope you heard what just happened. So I'm going to pick up Destiny right now, and we moving to England. I'm going.
Hey, you just jump, bro.
Damn, man.
Hey, it's so funny, right? In one weekend, it's some funny shit. So Jerry
So he
came
just gonna keep going.
Nah, Doug, come on. Doug, like, this thing gonna keep going, right? Nah. But it's so funny, right? So Jerry does. Doug like, this nigga done proved his point. Okay,
Yeah, I'm talking about, nigga. I mean,
look, we get it. You get to go
Right,
outside.
got it.
We understand it. You can go outside.
hey, time out. No, time out real quick. Time out real quick before you continue with your punk ass story. Time out real quick. Hey, my homegirl Jazz just jumped on, man. Hey, that was my troop when I was stationed in Colorado, man. One of the best troops I ever had. I'm glad your baby is doing well.
Salute to you.
Welcome,
Sweetheart.
welcome.
I'm glad your
Salute,
baby is
Queen.
doing well.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad your baby is doing well.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
shout out to my homegirl. Man,
Bless
Shout out, Queen. Shout out, Queen.
hey, she was an animal. Hey, you catch her by the 3-point line, and you give her the distance of a field mouse's dick.
She
She is
tried.
pulling that shot.
Yeah.
She is pulling that shot. I'm talking about an eyelash.
You know,
If there's
we're
a
gonna start a team now.
hey, if there's an eyelash between you and her, she's gonna close your goddamn eyes. I promise you that
Damn
shit.
right.
Hey, that's what it do. That's what it do.
Hey, shout out to you. Glad your
That's
baby's
what's up.
doing well, sweetheart.
That's what's up.
That's what it do.
But go ahead, Sel. Go ahead and tell the
look.
folks about the story that
The
Okay,
luxury
look,
that we came
let's
through.
switch the story. Let's switch the story. I also want to get y'all over here. Man, I'm going to get y'all on these mats, bro. And I'm going to give you that professional touch-up, real professional.
No, oh, time out.
And
so
we're going to do that shit live.
Nope.
So you going to come, you going to get to spar with me, you going to work out with me, and some of my training partners. And, yeah.
So he can, he will. He's more than welcome to. This guy got it all. He can do it with you, Sam. Me, on the other hand, I'm going over there in the corner and I'm gonna record everything for y'all. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you right now. Look, do you know I almost got an Article 15 in the military because I wouldn't do combatives? It's not going to happen, Southern.
Hey,
I
I'm just
ain't
saying,
doing it.
man. We got. Hey, I got a couple partners like 135 pounds. You can go with them.
No, look, you know you. So you forgot who the other brother is. You forgot.
Yeah, all right, JC.
You know what I'm saying?
How about
So
Not
why
him.
would I want to do anything? Especially I've seen you. Now hold on. See, so it's some of the people on here that don't understand. This young man right here that we're talking to right now, he was Golden Gloves as a teenager. So I just wanted to let y'all know this. Okay, he was registered as a teenager. If he put his hands on you,
He going to jail.
he's going to jail for murder. I just want y'all to know this. So you heard what he said. He wants us to go in the gym with him and train with
Hey,
people
man.
just like him. I'm cool with that. No, I'm good. I'm gonna go to the basketball courts. Wherever the basketball court is, I got you. I'm gonna represent you, Dr. Hall. I got
Hey,
you. Bro. I
man.
ain't going in the gym with you. You can cancel that.
Hey,
Ain't gonna
y'all.
happen.
Y'all. Hey, man. Hey, listen. This is what we can do. Friday, go to the gym during the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
Then hit the city up at night. You can literally go to London at night. In the morning, catch a train, go to Paris during the day. From Paris, you can go to Amsterdam at night. And then spend the next day in Spain. And then hit Germany on the way home.
Okay, so what's gonna happen with that?
That's all within a 5-hour radius. That's all in a 5-hour radius.
Okay,
Like,
so we're gonna have to cut that. We're gonna have to cut that Germany thing off because what I was understood. Hey, see, I don't even have to finish the sentence. Both of y'all know what the hell I'm already about to say. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. So in Germany, I never went to Germany when I was acting.
Germany it's it's
Well, I
beautiful.
never see.
So great.
I never went to Germany when I was acting. Right. So what I've always been told by the old heads is that if you meaning black,
So-
I said it.
So think of this.
No, I'm not thinking of shit.
Times worse than three.
I'm not thinking of shit.
It's 10
You're
times worse
stupid,
than three.
man.
I'm not. No, because I'm not. You're not about to plant that seed in my head.
It's 10 times worse than three.
I don't care. You're not about to plant that seed in my head. Because look, no.
Hey, I'm gonna say
Okay.
that, man. Hey, we love it. We love it, man. My wife and I, we definitely got to hit Germany up next year. And like I said, we just did
I'll
Portugal.
see y'all when y'all get back.
So we
I'll
gonna
be at the
hit,
house. I'm not no.
you know what I'm saying? So I think we talking about we going to Jamaica, Greece in the beginning of the year. Hey, man, listen. I'm gonna tell you, just like I told
1-9.
them, shout out to King Nim, man. My boy Damone, man. I tell them all day, man, listen, I always open my door to the fam back home
We
because
love it.
because I'm gonna tell you something. like I told you, the Courtney, man, I pick whenever I can catch up with the Courtney over the weekend. I take that any day over these so-called important meetings I be having because
The Courtney ain't shit.
I got you,
And
Doug. I'm gonna call you too, man. I'll call you next week. Look at
That
that.
ain't shit.
Look at that.
He
Hey,
ain't shit.
Hey,
hey, look, Doug. Hey, Doug.
we be having important shit to talk about.
Listen. From now on, Doug, I'm not gonna call the Courtney without calling you too. We gonna patch you in every time, so you better be available. No excuses. Okay?
There you go.
I'm
There you
always
go.
ready.
There you go.
And, hey, and on top of all that, Sal, on top of all that gallivanting around Europe and all that other shit, completely changing
And Africa.
completely changing the
And
genetic
South
code of
America.
all those countries.
And Asia. I'm sorry.
Because besides the fact that you completely changing the genetic code for all those countries. Besides that fact, bring your ass down to Huntsville, goddamn Alabama.
Hey, what's up?
Bring
What's
your
up?
ass. You ain't got to fly in there. You can fly into Nashville. Look, fly into Nashville. I'll pick you up en route.
Hey, bro. I'm down for it, man.
How about that?
I'm
Shit,
down. I'm
I
down.
don't give a damn with this. I don't care what he talking about. Say I'm coming.
I'm down.
Coming, bro.
I'm down. Cause you're
I'm a
further north, right, Courtney? How far are you? You're
Man,
further-
I'm 2.5 hours from Clarksville, bro.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
right up the street. Yeah.
Nigga, not your country has. Look, let me explain something to y'all. Hold on. Stop.
I'm right up the street,
Stop.
man. I'm
Stop.
right up the street, dog.
Stop.
Right up the street.
Jasmine.
Hop, skip, and a
Look,
jump.
no, Jasmine, this go for your country ass too.
We right up the street.
15 miles is not up the goddamn
Yeah,
street.
it's up the street.
15 miles is not walking distance.
15
Hey,
miles, 15
well,
minutes.
You looking like this, bro? I'm crossing the ocean. So
Hello.
to me, I'm crossing the Atlantic Ocean. So to me, it's like
Stop proving his point.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you, bro. See, look,
You know what?
I'm just saying. Man.
I'm talking
Hey.
about. Cut that shit out.
I'm just saying.
Don't do that. Don't do
we
that.
right up the street. We ain't across the waters.
Dang, I was just saying.
You ain't in Delaware.
I'm the okay.
Okay, so you up the street.
I'm
Okay,
just
so
hold on one second.
I'm not in Delaware, so I'm up the street.
you in the South? Are you in the South?
I mean, depending on who you talking
Are
to.
you in the South?
Yeah.
And I'm in the South, right?
I'm south of
So
the,
you up the street.
I'm south of the Macy-Dixie line.
Texas ain't up the street.
No, it's not.
You up the street though.
Because Texas is on the other side of the Mississippi.
Yeah, it's 9 hours. That's cool. It's only 9 hours away. 8 hours away.
You say only.
It's only 8 hours away.
Okay.
So, but you less than 3. So
Hey.
you up the street.
Hey, for everybody in here from where my brother from, Lufkin,
The L, baby.
Lufkin.
Love.
Don't pronounce every letter.
Lufkin.
That shit got like
Look
5
it up.
F's in it. Lufkin. So
Angelina County. Look it up.
I was down.
Home of Dez Bryant.
Can I-
You up?
So I was down there in Lufkin.
Lufkin.
We was
The
at
L. Go ahead.
we was at the gas station.
Mhm.
Buddy pulled up on a horse with no goddamn saddle.
And gave the horse some water.
Tied the horse to the gas pump and walked inside. Okay, so Sellers, you didn't hear this real quick.
What's up? What I do?
No, you didn't do anything. But he laughing for a reason. For folks that think they country,
Yeah.
I went to where Court is originally from.
The L, baby.
Lufkin.
Texas. Hometown.
Lufkin.
You know what
Oh,
it is.
love it, love it.
Already.
Lufkin.
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 Oh shit!
Texas. Lufkin,
All right.
Texas. So I'm cool. Cause I thought, I'm Southern.
He thought he was country.
No, I didn't. I never said I was country. I'm Southern. There's a
Southern,
difference.
there
There's a difference. There's a difference.
So
For all you Northerners, it is a difference.
When I went to there's country folks in the north. Go to upstate New York.
Oh, yeah.
See what happened.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Chicago.
we pull up to this gas station. Buddy pull up on a horse, no saddle. Sellers.
God damn.
No saddle. So he riding bareback to the gas station. So that tells you how close he is to this goddamn gas station. Because you ain't riding bareback for no slick distance, right?
Oh man.
Tied the horse to the gas pump. He didn't tie the horse to nothing else. He tied that nigga to the gas pump. Hopped down, click-clacked his way inside. Because he had spurs on his goddamn boots.
He did have spurs on.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the fuck he got in there, but we had pulled off by the time he came back out. Horse, gas station, gas pump.
That ain't go together. I'm still trying to figure out how the horse didn't pass out.
Look.
Oh no.
No, these are different type of horses down there. Different.
So we have water at gas stations. For
what?
Yeah, we have buckets of water for the horses.
Hold on. Horse troughs.
Yeah, there you go. Horse troughs.
Horse troughs where the horse
at
can
the gas station.
Pull up to the gas station and drink water. Hold on. While the dude riding him just went inside.
Hold on, time out. Yes, we do have a Walmart. We have a mall. Yes, we have all of that. We got Red Lobster. We got Chick-fil-A. It's a full town. Just saying, there are horses that roll on the side of the road.
And hey, Sal, they're not Amish.
They're not Amish either. No, we're not Amish.
They're not Amish.
They're black. They're Negroes.
They just
I don't know what to say, man. I'm kind of
what I tell you, hold on. This is how bad it is. These horses are not in the rich areas. These horses are in the hood.
Everybody got a horse.
Everybody got a horse.
Just like in Iraq and Afghanistan, everybody got an AK-47. Everybody in Lufkin, Texas got a goddamn horse.
We all got a horse.
Dang, bro.
He walked inside to get a Tahitian treat.
Man, Tahitian treat.
On a horse. I knew I was going to hurt you with that one. I knew I was. That's why I said it.
Oh, man.
Hey, that's why I said it. Too bad I can't mail you none. But that's why I said it. Tahitian treat. Yeah. We still drink Tahitian treat down here.
Bro.
If you ain't never had a Tahitian treat in your life, your life is not fulfilled.
Tahitian treat, listen, man. I only drink, this is so bad. I can literally name, I drink water, tea, celery, and cucumber juice, and then lemon and ginger juice every day, and that's it. Tequila. Come on, Deb, why you there right there?
No.
I need some Jack to wash that down.
No.
Please. Yeah, I can't.
Hold on, we just talked about being healthy and pro-black.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No, bruh. No. I ain't drinking.
Who talked about being healthy? I said stop eating chitlins. I didn't say be healthy. I don't give a fuck about turkey bacon. I don't give a fuck about turkey sausage. I don't give a fuck about turkey shit from Thanksgiving. Nigga, eat. No, my granddad is 83 years old.
You're saying, man.
Korean boy. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Like Steve Urkel, not while I'm pouring. Look, a lot of people don't even know who that was. But anyway.
He's over here.
I can't fuck with that little Mexican man. Yeah, sleeping underneath
No, you keep that tequila shit to yourself.
That's all day.
No, sir.
You keep that shit to yourself. I'm not drinking that shit. I don't give a fuck what flavor.
Hey, I'm telling you, I ain't coming over there drinking that shit.
Hey, go there. Yeah, I got
do they sell gin over there?
My little elephant, buddy.
Hey, well,
do they sell Tanqueray?
Yeah, you can take it, right?
I can get Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
I'm not coming. You hesitated.
No, hold on.
No, kiss my ass, Sam. No, you hesitated. I'm not coming. No, fuck that. I'm not coming over there.
Nah, I'm serious.
No.
I'm serious,
No,
man.
you
I'm
hesitated.
serious.
No. You
Yeah.
hesitated.
Hey, listen, man. Because I don't, not for, because I don't go out much. My wife is more outgoing than me. But I believe Jack Daniels is one of the more like preferred drinks here. Like honestly, surprisingly,
Wow.
you would think it'd be gin because we have London
Yeah.
gin that's big here. But
Right.
actually, I think it's I'm pretty sure it's Jack. Like Jack is the most popular. Drink.
You hesitated. I got nervous.
No, for real, man.
Don't be
Hey,
look.
Hey, I don't give a damn. I'm coming.
I'm serious.
I'm extremely emotional.
Hey,
I'm
I'm serious,
emotional.
man. I seen that the homies because they even got like a military base like an hour from here. I got my homie out there. They get like the regular Jack and then like the honey Jack.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, the honey Jack. Yeah.
Hey, don't.
I'm serious, man. And listen, I don't drink Jack. I drink tequila. If I ain't got tequila, then I'll drink some gin. You know what I'm saying? But
So what you can't keep doing is taking this nigga side.
Hey, on that note, don't pour me another one.
Hold on, this
hey,
is-
I'm just saying, man.
This started to piss me off. You can't just keep.
Nah, man. Listen, you know what? I'm gonna hook you up, man. You ever heard of Angels Envy?
No, I have not.
Brad, next time, when you come out this way, when y'all do get in a position to come this way, man, I'm gonna have some real special waiting on you, man.
Okay.
Cause I mean, honestly, like I don't really mess with it, but like my wife, her stepdad, he drinks that kind of drink, and then in her culture, in the gypsy culture, they drink it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I don't really fuck with it, but they do be having it though.
I dig it. All right, so I'm gonna be the mediator of this. We got like 4 minutes left, and I hate to that this shit has to get cut like it is. But for the folks that that missed the topic prior to on at Mr. Tim's Enough Said at Gypsy Poet at Buckeye Boy 5207 OHIO. That spells Ohio. I'm a Buckeye fan, just in case y'all forgot.
We got 4 minutes. Right?
I mean, what we really boil down to is the simple fact that education is there. Stop relying on what you think you know or what you thought you know.
Stop listening to Steve Harvey.
The 1, 2, mic check. Also, Jason Whitlock.
Man, hey, I got a long list. Hold on. So I'm gonna do a sidebar too.
Jason Whitlock ain't shit.
We're going on First Take. I see it. It's going to happen in 2021. We're going to go on First Take, and people are not going to like it. I know my brother will because he will understand. But people are not going to like it because I'm going to dig into Stephen A. Smith's ass so hard that he's not going to be able to. His intellect is not going to be able to go around.
I'm not even.
He's gonna be able to try to calm me down, but it's not gonna happen because I've been really wanting to dig into him for a very long time. And it's not about it's. I understand you have a sports intellect, but your intellect on the culture is all the way fucked up.
Jason Whitlock is Jason Whitlock, aka Sambo. You ain't shit.
You ain't shit either.
Let me go ahead and tell you, because you've been a Sambo ass nigga for goddamn years. Ever since you got out the league, you probably was when you was in. And if you get it, huh? We ain't bashing. We ain't bashing. Okay, Jason Whitlock ain't shit. If you don't know what I'm talking about, see what he said about LeBron James. Yeah. See what Jason Whitlock said about LeBron James.
Check it out.
Look that up, and we're gonna go from there. But also, Dr. Hall, brother.
Bruh.
Oh man, appreciate it, man.
Love.
Thank you.
Love.
Thank you.
Love. Thank you for taking time out of your day. You 6 hours ahead of us. Thank you for taking time out of your evening your morning.
Your morning.
To join
Pretty much.
with us.
Yeah.
And we love you.
Definitely.
We're gonna see you soon, brother.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, man. Final
I'm
thought. What you got? What you got,
Man.
man? Final thought. What you got?
Man, just final thought, man. Man, what I say, it wasn't to my acceptance of the obscurities of the universe. I was able to accept the fragilities of life, man. Hey, although all things temporary, man, life is extraordinary as every golden grain of sand on the earth, man. Mere speck from the universal God's eye, man.
Absolutely.
We out here.
Love.
We out
Love
here.
you, fam.
Love you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I might hit you in a little bit, man. If you
All
start.
right.
All right.
All right. Bet.
Yep.
Peace. Peace.